shaking. The Lone Ranger, co-ed, danger. Deep in the dark with the art to rip the charts apart. The vandal, too hot to handle your battle. You're saying goodbye like Tevin Campbell. Roughneck, inspector Dex on the set. The rebel, I make more noise than heavy metal.
The way I make the crowd go wild. Sit back, relax, won't smile. Ray got it going on, pal. Call me the rap assassinator. Rhymes rugged and built like Schwarzenegger. And I'ma get mad deep like a threat. Blow up your project, then take all your assets. Cause I came to shake the frame in half with the thoughts that bomb shit like math. So if you wanna try to flip, yo, flip on the next man. Cause I'll grab the clip and hit you with 16 shots and more. I got going to war with the melting pot.
It's the Method Man for short, Mr. Map. Move it on your left, and set it off, get it off, let it off like a gat. I wanna break food, cock me back. Small change, they putting shame in the game. I take game and blow that nigga out the frame. And like bang, my style will live forever. Niggas crossing over like they don't know no better. But I do. True, can I get a sue? Enough respect due to the 1-6, ooh. I mean, oh, yo, check out the flow like the Hudson or PCP when I'm dusting. Niggas off because I'm hot like sauce. The smoke from the lyrical blood make me
ooh, what grab my nut, get screwed. Ow. Here comes my Shaolin style. True B-A-B-Y-U. To my crew with the
yeah. Come on, baby, baby, come on. Baby, come on, baby, baby, come on.
Yo, you best protect your neck.
First things first, man, you with the worst. I'll be sticking pins in your head like a nurse. I'll attack any nigga who's slacking his mat. Come fully packed with the fat rugged stack. Shame on you when you step through. Two, the old dirty bastard, straight from the Brooklyn Zoo. And I'll be damned if I let any man come to my center. You enter the winter, straight up and down that shit. Cam, you can't slam. Don't let me get fooled on it, man. The old dirty bastard is dirty and stinking. Ace on unique rolling with the night of the creeps. Niggas be rolling with a stash. Ain't saying gas, bite my style. I bite your motherfucker.
Crying out loud, my style is wild, so book me. Not long is how long that this rhyme took me. Ejecting styles from my lethal weapon. My pen that rocks from here to Oregon. Here's more again. Catch it like a psycho flashback. I love gats. Rap was a gun. You wouldn't bust back. I come with all types of shapes and sounds. And wherever I lounge is my stomping grounds. I give an order to my peeps across the water to go and snatch up props all around the border and get far like a shooting star. Cause who I are is living the life of Pablo Escobar. Point blank as I kick the square biz. There it is, your fucking pros and there it goes.
Yo, chill with the feedback block, we don't need that. It's 10 o'clock, ho, where the just see that? Feeling mad hostile, ran out postal. Flowing like Christ when I speaks the gospel. Stroll with the holy roll, then attack the globe with the buckets. Style the ruckus, 10 times 10 men committing mad sin. Turn the other cheek and I'll break your chin. Slaying boom bangs like African drums. Coming around the mountain when I come. Crazy flamboyant for the rap enjoyment. My clan increased like black unemployment. Yeah, another one dare. Took a genius, take us the out of here.
The woo is too slamming for these coke killing labels. So ain't had hits since I seen Aunt Mabel. Be doing all the sin like Cain did Abel. Now they money's getting stuck to the gum under the table. That's what you get when you misuse what I invent. Your empire falls and you lose every cent. But trying to blow up a scrub, now that thought is just as bright as a 20-watt light bulb. Should've pumped it when I rocked it. Niggas so stingy, they got short arms and deep pockets. This goes on in some companies with majors that's scared to death to pump these. First of all, who's your A&R? A mountain climber who plays an electric guitar, but he don't know the meaning of dope when he's looking for a suit and tie rap that's cleaner than a bar soap. And I'm the dirtiest thing in sight. Matter of fact, bring out the girls and let's have a mud fight.
You best protect your neck. You best protect your neck. You best protect your neck. You best protect your neck.
Oh, I know how to levitate up off my feet, and ever since the 7th grade I learned to fire breathing. Though I feed on things that fell, you can learn to levitate with just a little help. Learn to levitate with just a little help. Calm down, calm down. Cowards only come through when the hour's late and everyone's asleep, mind you. Now show up, show up. I know I shouldn't say this, but a curse from you is all that I would need right now, man. Calm down, calm down. Cowards only come through when the hour's late and everyone's asleep, mind you. Now show up, show up. I know I shouldn't say this, but a curse from you is all that I would need right now, man. Danger in the fabric of this thing I made. I probably shouldn't show you, but it's way too late. My heart is with you hiding, but my mind's not made. Now they know it like we both been for some time, I'd say. They're smirking at first blood, they're circling above, but this is not enough. Yeah, this is not what you thought. No, we are not just graffiti on a passing train. I got back what I once bought back in that slide. I won't need to replace this culture. Is a culture of overexposure. Not today, don't feed me to the vultures. I am a vulture who feeds on pain. Sleep in the well-lit room, don't let the shadow through. And sever all I knew, yes, sever all I thought I could depend on my weekends on the freezing ground that I'm sleeping on. Please keep me from, please keep me down from the ledges. Better tested wooden wedges under doorways. Keep you wooden wedges under doors. Chorus verse, now here comes the 8. Wait, habits here too, you're the worst. Your structure compensates, but compensation feels a lot like rising up to dominate by track. To at least they all know all they hear comes from a place. Oh, I know how to levitate up off my feet. And ever since the 7th grade I learned to fire breathing. Though I feed on things that fell, you can learn to levitate with just a little help. You can levitate with just a little help.
Golden brown, texture like sun, lays me down. With my mind she runs throughout the night. No need to fight, never a frown with golden brown. Every time, just like the last, on her ship, tied to the mast. To distant lands, takes both my hands, never a frown with golden brown. Golden brown, fine a temptress. Through the ages she's heading west. From far away, stays for a day. Never a frown with golden brown.
That's a great song right there. What up, everyone? It's me. I had to delay the stream a little bit because I didn't realize we were having some people coming around. Okay, some people, they came around, and I obviously wasn't going to be able to record while people were here because I'd be yapping up a storm downstairs and whatnot. So I had to push the stream back by an hour. But we're here. We're listening to Smashing Pumpkins today. Oh, sorry, the Smashing Pumpkins. That name doesn't make any sense. What is a Smashing Pumpkin? What is that? How is it a quantifiable thing? Siamese Dream is so good. I have faith that this album's gonna be great, okay? And all of that faith is being put on the fact that Butch Vig produced it, okay? And this is him coming either right before or right after Nevermind. Nevermind. So I have absolute faith that this album is going to be great. But I also have faith that I might end up not liking it, because Smashing Pumpkins tend to be very 50-50 for me. Siamese Dream. As long as I don't mind Billy's vocals, it'll be enjoyable at the very least. Yeah, his vocals are kind of 50-50 for me, but I don't know. I feel like I tend to enjoy their stuff more than I end up not enjoying it. So I have high hopes for this one. I have high hopes. In fact, let me get the album up on Album of the Year here. Siamese Dream. Oh, fuck, this album's an hour long? I didn't know that. Damn. That was going to be a long video. How's it going, James Proberts? Welcome. Alright, who we got? We got Ryan K, we got Gage, we got I3 Styles, we got Jared, and we got James Proberts. Okay. How's it going, everyone? I'm going to hit record, and then we're just going to get started. Sort my hair out a bit. Never mind, that's too much effort. I'm just going to get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Human Reviews channel, and today we are listening to Siamese Dream by the Smashing Pumpkins. This is an album I've been curious to check out for a while. I think that the Smashing Pumpkins are a very 50-50 band for me. I've loved half of the stuff I've heard, and then the other half of the stuff I've heard I've really not clicked with. And the biggest thing about that is Billy Corgan's vocals. His vocals are so hit and miss for me that it's made me so morbidly curious to know what I would think of a full album of theirs. And I thought I would go with Siamese Dream, because Butch Vig produced this album, and this was either right before or right after Nevermind, and that has me very excited for this, because I love Butch Vig's production style. Live chat? Yeah, it's on live chat, it's on live chat. Give me a sec, actually, I gotta move this phone. There we go. Turn notifications off as well. This album came out in 93, so this was after Nevermind, okay. It is 13 tracks, an hour long. This is a decently long album. But, I don't know, I'm excited to get into this one. I'm very curious to see what I'm going to think of this as a whole. Apparently they were supposed to be called The Great Pumpkin, like that Peanuts, but they weren't allowed to use it, so they chose the Smashing Pumpkins. Oh, so it literally is smashing in, like, the old English sense of the word. Alright, that's kind of dumb. I hate that name, The Smashing Pumpkin. Why can't they just be called Smashing Pumpkins? I feel like that's a great name. But The Smashing Pumpkins? That's dumb. Okay, I disagree with their name. Anyway, enough with me yapping about their name. I am just going to get straight into this. Track 1, Cherub Rock. I've heard this song before, by the way. Guitar Hero 3 song. Incredible riff. Guitar tone is fantastic. Yeah, I'm very mixed on the vocals on this song. That is the one thing I'm going to say straight off the bat here. I am so torn on the vocal performance on this song. There are moments here where I'm like... There's moments here where I'm thinking, okay, the vocals kind of work here. They actually sort of add to the very odd tensity, but also dreamlikeness of this song. And then there's other moments where I think this just sounds goofy. Okay. And it's just kind of going back and forth between that. If it was Liam Gallagher, it would be a 10. Exactly. Drums are incredible. Great fills in here. The recording of the drums is fantastic as well. Like, that Butch Vig production is already shining. It's easily like the standout on this up to this point. Yeah, lots of great, like, instrumental ideas on this song. Like, particularly the guitars. Lots of really cool stuff going on with the guitars. Yes, I definitely want to listen to Melancholy at some point. Okay. Cherub Rock. This song, it's grown on me a little bit. I think that the instrumental on that song is it's practically flawless. There are a couple moments in there where the mix is a little rough, particularly with like the cymbals sounding maybe a little too buried at certain points. But for the most part, I think that the instrumental on that song is just very creative. It's a fantastic way to introduce the sound of this album. Butch Vig's production really gets to shine on this song as well. But the vocals, while the vocals are really my only big complaint, it's a big complaint. I think that the vocals, while they have their moments where I think they bring a certain level of charm to the song, and that they do sort of fit the intense and also dreamlike sound that it's going for the most part, they just sound corny. They just don't work at all for me. I really, really do not like the vocals for the vast majority of this song. And it just kind of turns me away from all of the stuff that is genuinely great about the track. They were great, stop complaining. Listen, I gotta be honest, okay? I wanna like this more than I did. Well, I will say the song as a whole is really good. It is a very solid song. It's just this one thing that I don't like, but it's a big thing. This song, for me, is like the highest 7 I can give. It's a 7.9, but I can't give it an 8 because the vocals genuinely bug me enough to the point where I wouldn't really return to this. Don't hear any of their new albums? What, do the vocals get worse? That's unfortunate. Next up we have Quiet. Thought the second half vocally was great. It definitely did have its moments, yeah. Already unwatchable. 1 million dislikes. Maybe 3 likes. Ooh. Ooh. These drums are amazing. I think the vocals are actually working really well on this one. That double backbeat with the flams there, that's really cool. Is that double backbeat? I don't even know. I'm a drummer and I don't even know drum terminology properly. Build-up was amazing. Go read some of the lyrics to this album also. Back take a look at the lyrics here. Nice transition. That song was great. That was actually incredible. The drumming was easily the standout of that song. Some incredible fills in there, and just the energy of the drums as a whole, I feel like really brought that track up a lot. I think that Billy Corgan's vocals work a lot better on that song than they did. My brain just froze there. Billy Corgan's vocals work a lot better on that song than they did on the first one for me, and also I feel like just the riffs and the overall aggressive energy of that track was honestly a step up from the previous track, even when that was like my biggest positive about the first one. Billy Corgan's voice blends best on this album. In Melancholy and later albums, you really start to hear some whininess. I don't know. Some of the stuff I've heard from Melancholy, I have liked his vocals on. In fact, let me see. What songs have I heard from Melancholy? I've heard Jelly Belly and Bullet with Butterfly Wings. I like both of those songs. I don't know. I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing that brings this album down for me, is how 50-50 I am on the vocals. That song I'd give an 8.4. I think that that's a really, really great track, and one I would easily see myself returning to a lot. Yeah, I'm hoping we get more songs like that. I'm not coming out of this album expecting it to be like the greatest like 90s rock album I've heard. I just want to come out with like a handful of tracks that I can say I'm going to return to a lot. And based on the songs I've already heard off of this album, I know I'm going to get that already, so yeah. Next track today. I think I've heard this one. Stoner rock and shoegaze mix, yeah. I love the contrast of the super heavy chorus and then these just very stripped back, clean verses. Alright, let's take a look at these lyrics. Today's the greatest day I've ever known. Can't live for tomorrow. Tomorrow's much too long. I'll burn my eyes out before I get out. I wanted more than life could ever grant me. Bored by the chore of saving face. Today is the greatest day I've ever known. Can't wait for tomorrow. I might not have that long. I'll tear my heart out before I get out. Oh, so he's... This album was quite shoegazy. I think they were influenced by MBV. What he's essentially saying with this song is he's like... He's putting on an act, you know. Today's the greatest day I've ever known. Can't wait for tomorrow. And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to get that far because I'll tear my heart out. Basically, he's sick and tired of his life and he's tired of pretending to, you know, be happy with the way things are going. That's what I'm getting from this, at least. And remember, it's a contradiction because of how happy it sounds in the verses. When the lyrics are actually so down. Remember that. Nice, that was another great track. I think I've heard that one before. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have. I recognize the melody to that song. Yeah, I think that writing-wise, that was the most interesting song so far. Vocals, again, on that track worked decently well for me. I think that the contrast of the super heavy chorus with the very clean, stripped-back verses worked super well, and then the ironic lyrics talking about it's the greatest day I've ever known, but in actuality, he's tired of pretending that every day's the greatest day, and he wants to actually let his feelings out. I feel like everything about that song worked really well. That was probably my favorite up to this point. I give that one like an 8.8, 8.9. That was a great track. Next song, Hummer. I've already heard this one. In fact, I'm going to remove it from the like songs and re-add it just to bunch it with the rest. Oh, it's this song. Okay, I remember this, yeah. Incredible bass line on this one. How's it going, Barely Nova? Use a lot of overdubs and pedals on the album. I think that works in its favor. I like how just overwhelming everything sounds. That's what Oasis were doing? I mean, maybe. I have no clue what Oasis's recording technique was, but if that was what they were doing, it wasn't done as well as this. Because I think the sound of this album is incredible. And most of that can probably be attributed to Butch Vig. But I just think the guitar tones are far better. I think that the mix is far better here. Everything just feels a lot more balanced and like overwhelming in a more positive way. Be Here Now was hundreds of layers on every song. Yeah, Be Here Now was it was 50-50 in its mixing, but it did have a run of tracks that sounded incredible. How are we gonna do this here? These drum sounds are amazing. That snare has so much like crack to it, you know what I'm saying? Sounds so punchy. Guy doesn't seem to have much taste for good alt rock. I think he's just too young. Mother, I'm sat here enjoying this. Some of my favorite albums of all time are alt rock albums. OK Computer is an alt rock album. It's my favorite album of all time, and the album is older than me. Some of my favorite albums of all time came out in like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. You have to understand that just because I'm not 50, 60 years old doesn't mean I don't like this. I have my problems. I have my issues that I will speak about because I want to be honest. I want to talk about every aspect that I have thoughts on and actually provide something substantive. This is better than OK Computer, hands down. If you think that, that's fine. This is entirely opinion-based. You have to understand that nothing I say is meant to be taken as factual. This is what the music says to me. This is how I connect with it. And I'm just trying to have discussion. I'm not sitting here trying to say, this album sucks objectively. This is trash. Why would anyone ever listen to this? No, I think that this album's great so far. I won't say that it's the greatest rock album I've ever heard, but it's good. It's well produced, fun, energetic as hell, has some nice shoegazy elements, and I think that it's just a fantastic ride so far. And I'm not trying to sit here and say that that's the objective truth. You can hate this album, you can love this album. I just want to have some discussion. I will never sit here and try and spin something as an objective truth, because it's not. It's my opinion, and my opinion doesn't matter. You have to understand that my thoughts on this music, they don't matter. I just like sharing them. And sitting here just being like, yeah, you're too young. You'll get it when you're 70 years old. It's so dismissive, and I feel like it just ruins the point of music discussion. There is no reason to sit there and just be like, yeah, you're too young for that. It's pointless. Just it ruins music discussion. It destroys the fundamentals of talking about music. This is one of the defining masterpieces of the 90s, and I'm enjoying it. I am loving this album. My score, just based on the first 3 tracks, would be an 8 out of 10. And you have to understand, that's great. An 8 out of 10 means I would come back to this album a lot. I have my issues with it, but I'm loving this so far. And I think that Hummer, I've already heard this song. This song is incredible. This is going to bring the score up a decent bit. Why aren't I in a nursing home eating through a straw? Until then I won't get this. Exactly. You have to have been born in the 30s to be able to understand music, guys. Again, this is just me sharing my opinions, man. Nothing is objective about this. And I'm loving it. This song is amazing. Are you hearing how incredible the dynamics on this song are? Are you hearing how fluid this is? How much motion there is to this song? Are you hearing just how vibrant the guitar tones are? How incredible the drum sounds are? How passionate Billy Corgan's vocals are on this track? This is fucking fantastic. This song is amazing. I would put Cherub Rock Alone over anything Radiohead has ever done. That's fine. That's your opinion. I personally disagree, but if you think that Cherub Rock is better than Radiohead stuff, that's fine. Different people have different tastes. That's what this is all about. I want to share my taste with you and then have you share yours with me. You know? So we can have some interesting discussion. Me personally, I don't think this is comparable to Radiohead. This doesn't sound anything like Radiohead. I guess you could see a tiny bit of overlap with Radiohead's super early stuff, like Pablo Honey, the Benz era, but beyond that, I don't really think there's any, you know, any lapping in them. Completely different styles of alt rock. JC's just taking names right now. JC is gunning for heads. Jesus. Jesus Christ, JC. Oh my god. You like this song? As do I. This is handily the best song so far. I brought them up as alt rock. Well, yeah, they still were an alt rock band. OK Computer is definitely an alt rock album. It's alt rock with art rock and some electronic rock, but it's still an alt rock album. In Rainbows, I would still. In Rainbows, not quite as much. It is an alt rock album, but it is more art rock. But yeah, even the Bends, I fucking love the Bends. That is definitely an alt rock album. It's an alt rock Britpop album, easily, definitely alt rock, and I love that album. I have a fake poster of that shit up on my wall. Incredible album, love it. And then like 2000s alt rock as well. I love that era of 2000s alt rock. I think that there is some fantastic stuff that can be found in there. And 90s as well. Like Nevermind by Nirvana, that's a grunge alt rock album. That's one of the best albums ever made. Like easily one of the best rock albums ever made, and just albums full stop. Hummer, incredible. Hummer is a fantastic song. Easily the best song up to this point. The ending of this song, yes, is fantastic, I agree. And I think just the entirety of this track is amazing. Billy Corgan providing easily the best vocal performance so far. The dynamics on this song are incredible. It's so fluid. It has so much motion. It goes through multiple different phases that I think transition in and out of each other incredibly. The guitar tones on this song are vibrant as hell. The drums sound incredible. And not only that, the pacing of this song, it's 7 minutes and it goes by like that. This song is incredibly paced. This is the best song so far. It's like a solid 9 for me, like a 9.5, 9.6. Song is amazing. Maybe it's a contender for best Smashing Pumpkins song I've heard. I love this song so much. It's electronic rock outside of Climbing Up the Walls. Yeah, Paranoid Android. It's electronic. It has its electronic things, but it also definitely is like still an alt rock track. I'd say the same about Electioneering as well, and No Surprises. Even The Tourist as well. The Tourist doesn't have too many like electronic elements. It's more focused on the guitars and the bass on that track. I don't know. OK Computer, it definitely is electronic rock, but I'd say it's also an alt rock album. Easily an alt rock album. Next up we have Rocket. Yeah, Kid A is the first album of theirs that I would say is properly electronic rock. Like, that album goes, like, elbow deep into electronics, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoulder deep, not elbow deep. I'm getting my scenes wrong. It's more like imitating electronic music, yeah? How's it going, Shaden? OK Computer revolutionized the music. I wouldn't quite go that far. It's an influential, groundbreaking album, but revolutionized? That might be pushing that a bit. I haven't, no. I haven't heard the new Gaga. Oh my god, so pretentious. I'm challenging your understanding of a genre you want to like. But dude, that's why do you think I'm doing this? It's to get a deeper understanding. Why do you have to understand that I'm not built in with this knowledge. I'm doing this to get a deeper understanding and to explore these albums. And I'm sharing my thoughts while doing it. But in the process of me doing it, you're telling me that I shouldn't? And you're saying that I'm too young for this? It's the same thing with the Oasis fans. I was always told, like, you haven't given an Oasis album a try. Why haven't you given an Oasis album a try? And then I listen to an Oasis album and I hate it, and they go, well, you didn't like the Oasis songs you already heard. Why did you even listen to this? you have to let me give this a try. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm giving it a try, sharing my thoughts, and asking for other people's thoughts. Like, I'm not built in with the knowledge, funnily enough. I have to... It sounds only 30 years... Exactly, I'm not... Well, when this album came out in 93, I'm 13 years younger than this album. That's not that much. Outstomping squash albums so far, very good. Probably your least favorite. I will say this isn't one of like the most mind-blowing songs so far, but I just think the atmosphere of this one is great. Yeah. And I've never gotten the thing of like, you weren't alive for this movement. Okay. But the music still exists. It's not like when the movement was happening is the only time you're allowed to listen to it. This music still exists to be discovered. You know? It's like the Beatles. That shit came out 60 years ago. And I'm still able to listen to it and find plenty of enjoyment out of the vast majority of their albums. Like Highway 61 came out 60 years ago. One of my favorite albums ever made. Songs in the Key of Life 50 years ago. One of the best albums. My PC froze. There hasn't been a solid rock band since the White Stripes dropped. Bro, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Incredible rock band. Putting out some of the most fresh, unique rock music nowadays. Incredible. Fantastic production. Great throwback to like lots of 60s, 70s aesthetics on some of their stuff. Working in like thrash and prog metal into their standard alt-rock style, elements of jazz, elements of country. King Gizzard are an incredible modern rock band. King Gizzard is trash. I think that King Gizzard are one of the best, like, genre-blending bands out there. I think King Gizzard are legitimately, like, one of the, like, maybe the best modern rock band, in my opinion. It's a poor man's stoner rock. They don't even do stoner rock. I've not heard any of their stuff that's even closely sounded to stoner rock. They have thrash and they have prog metal, but their other stuff is way more, like, they dive into microtonal stuff. They do more stuff that's like blending 60s aesthetics. I don't think that they really do much stoner rock. But they have a funny name. Exactly. They have a goofy name. They have to be the best. And not only that, there's also great stuff going on in the metal world right now. Like Knocked Loose, putting out one of the best metal albums, like, ever. Well, not maybe one of the best ever, but like, just an S-tier metal album this year. One of the heaviest albums you can hear. Incredible. They took the Caius formula and tried to add a few genre variations here and there, and none of it worked. The Really? I completely disagree. I think King Gizzard paved their own path in a really interesting way. And while I don't love all of their stuff, I think the vast majority of it works really well. Yeah, well, I can't say Rocket is one of the best songs on the album up to this point. I still think it's a really fun track. Great atmosphere on this song. Lots of the background stuff going on with the guitars is fantastic, and a lot of texture here. I think that the drums on this one, again, are a massive standout. And again, Billy Corgan providing a super solid vocal performance. It's far from the best song on the album, but still a great one that I'd see myself coming back to a decent amount. I would give this a low 8, like a 8.1, 8.2. What's critically acclaimed after 2005 doesn't account for much. Why? Just because it's new doesn't mean it's by default bad. Think about how much great pop and rock and hip-hop has been coming out over the past 20 years. Like, Kendrick Lamar, amazing. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, amazing. Knocked Loose, amazing. Hell, even some older bands like Foo Fighters put out one of their best albums last year. We are living in an era where Queens of the Stone Age are still putting out great music. We are living in an era where hip-hop is still full of really great stuff to discover and is ever-changing. Mainstream music, maybe, but there's still great stuff. Yeah, as soon as you start scratching beyond the very, very, very surface, you can start finding some great stuff easily. New 21 Pilots album was great. The new Knocked Loose album's fantastic. King Gizzard put out a great album this year. Kendrick Lamar has been creating insane splashes across music as a whole with the Drake disses, and all of them have been fantastic. Just incredibly produced, scathing diss tracks, you know what I'm saying? GKMC and Section 80. To Pimp a Butterfly is a great jazz rap album. I think Damn is also fantastic. And I thought, while what's it called? Why can't I think of the name of the album? His most recent album, I think, while it's far from my favorite of his, I think it's still just a really fun hip-hop album. And then you also have pop stars, like actual proper pop stars that are putting out really fun music, like Bruno Mars, I think, has plenty of really, really fun tracks, like something like Locked Out of Heaven, or can't think of the names of any of his songs, but they're catchy, fun tracks. Queens of the Stone Age is great, but Josh's style is pure 90s. I get more like 70s and 80s from Josh Homme. He seems to be very, very inspired by like that old heavy rock music. Which is one of the things I appreciate, because he's just putting what they do is they essentially just put a modern spin on like super old sounding rock music. And I love that. I think that their style is fantastic. Like, Songs for the Deaf is one of the best rock albums of all time. Easily. Next up we have Disarm. And by that I mean Spotify doesn't want to play the song. There we go. No pop past the 80s has ever been good. You gotta be trolling at this point. There's no way you're not. This one's about child abuse, okay. Apparently his childhood was bad. Thoughts on Minsky? I haven't heard too much Minsky yet. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm sat here actually trying to ingest something, trying to give thoughts on it, and then all I get in response is, yeah, but you grew up when this was popular, and I grew up when this was popular. So really, my taste is infinitely superior. That is pretentious. It's pretentious. Dude, I grew up listening to 90s music. That my mum constantly played 80s and 90s music. I barely was listening to stuff that came out on like the radio and stuff like that. I was constantly growing up hearing like Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, hearing Radiohead, hearing like 90s, some 80s stuff as well, like some 80s pop, 80s metal. You have to understand that my taste growing up, I was mostly surrounded by 90s music. That was the vast majority of what I consumed up until I was, 13, and I started to dive into music properly and started trying to form my own taste. Like, you have to understand, I've spent half a decade trying to build a music taste, like diving as far as I can, using as much time as I can to, let's try this genre out, let's try hip-hop for the first time, let's try metal for the first time, or well, diving deeper into metal for the first time. It obviously didn't stick and inform your music tastes. It did. The vast majority of music I consume is from the 90s. Like, returning to a bunch of Radiohead, bunch of Nirvana, like that early Foo Fighters, listening to lots of 90s hip-hop, like Wu-Tang Clan and stuff like that. How much 50s to 70s stuff did I listen to in my formative years? 50s, basically none. 60s, there was a healthy amount of Beatles. I know I heard some stuff from like Rolling Stones, Velvet Underground, some Bob Dylan. 70s, I was hearing a decent bit of, Queen, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. I was hearing some David Bowie growing up as well. It not quite as much from that era. It was mostly 80s and 90s because that's when my mum grew up. But yeah, I heard a decent amount of 60s and 70s stuff growing up as well. Who's Michael Jackson? Exactly. Who's that? No one's heard of that guy. The Who? I didn't hear much of The Who growing up. Take some if I need to listen to drugs to be able to enjoy something, I probably don't want to listen to it. This album's very good so far. As pure rock and roll from the 50s, if it wasn't there by the time you were 13, it just won't be there at all? What? That's... Huh? Again, that's so dismissive. It's just, it is again you saying, no, you're too young, you don't get to try this, stop it, you don't get to try this. It's so dismissive and pretentious, dude. Like, I get it. I was not, in fact, born when this album came out. I wasn't born when Nevermind came out. I was not born when Master of Puppets came out. I still love those albums. Nevermind is in my top 10 albums of all time. OK Computer is my favorite album of all time. Master of Puppets would land somewhere in my top 50 albums of all time. Songs in the Key of Life came out 40 years before I was born, and that album is perfection. Abbey Road by the Beatles came out 50 years before I was born, and I think that album is damn near perfect. Musical tastes will not grow past your adolescence. Trust me, they do. I am going to be 18 in just over a month, right? I'm going to be an adult. And I am constantly expanding my music palette. I am constantly experiencing new things and being like, oh, okay, this is what this can be. I love this. Like, my hip-hop listening has been growing a lot. That's a genre that I have not been diving into enough. And as I expand it, I'm opening my eyes up to so much incredible stuff. Same with jazz. I am experiencing... I experienced basically no jazz when I was a child. And now I'm at the point where I'm opening myself up to jazz, and I'm finding some incredible stuff. Music tastes expand beyond the point of being a child. I imagine when I'm in my 30s, in my 40s, in my 50s, I'm still going to be listening to new music. I don't imagine myself ever stopping doing that. You know what I'm saying? I do not see a time where I'm not trying to expand my music palette, especially as someone who plays an instrument. I need to expand my music taste to be able to become a better player. I cannot be a good drummer if all I listen to is 90s grunge, metal, and alt rock. Those albums you say you love, you are only saying for internet video cred? No, dude, Nevermind is one of my favorite albums ever made. I'm constantly coming back to that album. The Abbey Road by the Beatles, I love that album. There is video evidence of me listening to that album for the first time and falling in love with it. There is video evidence now of me listening to this album and loving it. I have no one I need to please. With the Oasis stuff, I'm honest that I hate Oasis. With, like, the early Beatles albums, I'm honest that I don't like early Beatles. But all from genres you experienced in your youth? You can't just put your experiences onto me. You can't. That's not how this works. Different people discover different music in different ways. I am at the point where I am open to anything. Send me any genre. Send me country, send me jazz, send me metal, send me rock, send me hip-hop. Send me some classical shit and I'll try it out. Because I actually want to have as broad a music taste as I can. Because if I don't, then that's boring. Yeah, JC, don't silence the man. I shouldn't be wearing the glasses for this song. I really shouldn't. Song is fantastic. A great emotional piece on this album. A fantastic stripping back from all of the super heavy, grungy, shoegazy stuff and having a song with a great string arrangement, nice heavy percussion, and a very heartfelt performance from Billy Corgan. This song, I can't say it's like my absolute favorite up to this point, but it's really, really sweet. I would give this an 8.5. Next up, we have Soma. If I could go to one historical concert, what would it be? Ooh. Beatles Rooftop. I would have loved to see a Nirvana live performance, to be honest. Or maybe even... I don't know if he tours still, but seeing Stevie Wonder live would be incredible, I think. He does? Did a new song recently? I didn't actually know that. He's like in his 70s. That's cool. I really like the softer moments on this album. Am I gonna stream the new Cure album? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not the most interested in it, but I might. I'll probably give the album a go, maybe not stream it. Yeah, JC? Oh my god. Such an incredible payoff for the first 3 minutes of the song. Popular Monster is when rock got revived. Favorite soul album besides What's Going On? I have no idea, honestly. Yeah, I definitely want to listen to more Marvin Gaye stuff. Ooh. The PM Dawn discography, huh? That was amazing. That was the best blend of the softer, more subtle moments and the super aggressive, raw, heavy moments. That was the best blend on the album up to this point. The heavy moments serve as incredible payoffs for the more intimate, slower sections on this track. I love the fact that this is a longer song as well. It's 6.5 minutes, and I feel like it needs to be that long to be fully fleshed out, to fully explore both the softer and heavier moments to their fullest extent. I am loving this album more than I thought I would. I was thinking that this album would be a mixed bag for me, and that there were going to be like a handful of songs that I really didn't like. But no, I've actually enjoyed every single song up to this point. Every song has been has ranged from good to fantastic. And I'm so happy with this so far. This song in particular, I think, is arguably my favorite up to this point. This one's like another 9.6, 9.7 for me. This album is insanely good. This is ridiculous so far. Next up we have Geek USA. I've already heard this one. Move it from the light songs and add it again to bunch it with the rest. One of the best drum intros ever on this song, by the way. That fill is so good. That's such a cool fill. Man, the drums are like the standout of this whole album for me, I can't lie. Ooh. This song did not need to have this beautiful slowdown, but it has it anyway, and it's amazing. That is smooth as hell. Oh yeah. Incredible dynamic range on this. They could have gone the easy route and just have it been a super loud, rowdy rock album front to back. But this album perfectly balances the quiet moments and with the intensity. And it's done it ridiculously well. Like, this is beyond impressive. solos are fantastic as well, yeah. Do I like the cover more in orange or white? I like the orange cover more. Like the orange and purple one. Is there a tempo change there? I was distracted a bit reading the chat. Was that a tempo change? Oh, that bass. Oh my god. Why won't it pause? There we go. That song is even better than I remember it being. It's actually better than I even remember it being. It's so good. Song is flawless. That's the best song on this album up to this point easily. Firstly, that song has a 10. That is a mind-blowing track, actually. Can you suggest a song? We're not doing any requests this stream. Request stream is going to be on Wednesday. Firstly, one of the most iconic drum intros ever. Incredible fill at the start of the track, and I love the way it comes back multiple times throughout the song. Drumming, one of the biggest standouts on this album up to this point, easily. I completely forgot about that slowdown on this song. I completely forgot about it. But when it comes in, it doesn't need to be there. The song could work perfectly fine, just being super heavy and like over the top throughout the entire way through, but it actually gives you that slowdown and it just elevates it that little bit more to bring it to like 10 out of 10 status. That was gorgeous. And not only that, the pacing of that song, ridiculously good. 5 minutes flies by. I am so impressed by this album. I seriously was not expecting to love it this much. I knew I was going to like it, but I was expecting this to be way more of a mixed bag than it is. That song is insane. That is so good. Next track, Mayonnaise. I have also heard this one already. I have, yeah. It's kind of cringe. He is very upset about the stuff that's going on online. I'm going to add Geek USA to the stream playlist. Yeah, he's been getting so unnecessarily angry online. He did the thing where he pulled up the video of Dan TDM trying foreign foods from like 10 years ago. Yeah. So what's like the next best song? Yeah, Shane. Milk the Beatles content even more dry. I still have to do mini reviews of the rest of their albums, to be honest, so I might even film one of those later today. With my Belly Nova. This album is so much more, like, somber than I was expecting it to be. Like, I knew it was gonna have, like, somber elements based on the songs I'd already heard, but this album is a lot more depressed than I was expecting. Like, I was thinking it was going to be way more, like, off the walls, trying to go for, like, a more ridiculous rock sound. But it really is a very, like, serious, mellow album. And I like that. I like that it isn't just big, loud guitars, you know what I'm saying? It is actually really emotional and heartfelt. And it really elevates these songs, like, to... like that next level for me, and it's the biggest reason why I think I'm loving this as much as I am. More melancholy than melancholy, yeah. Melancholy has more nihilistic lyrics, interesting. I'm definitely going to do Melancholy at some point. Melancholy is super long. How long is it? Incredible acoustic guitar sound here. Gorgeous. Close to 2 hours, Jesus. I'm also surprised at how little Billy Corgan's voice has been bugging me. Like, on the first song I wasn't crazy on the vocals at all, but outside of that, I've been loving the vocals on this album. Like, his performances have been incredible on, like, practically every song besides the first one. And maybe that was just me adjusting, so maybe coming back to the first song, I might end up enjoying it more. I don't know. I feel like the vocals were just, like, a bit too much on the first song for me. They felt like they were leaning into it a bit too much. Yes, 18 is the age where you could start doing that here. Yeah, I felt like just his vocals were a little too over the top on the first song for me, but outside of that, they haven't been. So I'm thinking maybe returning to it with the context of the rest of the album, I might end up liking it more. Because again, that might have just been me adjusting to the vocals. Finch stream in a month then? Exactly. Listening to the glowing man while I'm on crack. That's going to be such a great video. Mayonnaise. One of the best songs on the album. If this feels like a grungy slow dance, you know what I'm saying? It is so somber. It is so mellow. It is so depressed. But it also has that same heaviness, that same rawness, that same subtle aggression that the rest of the album has. And it combines the two in such an amazing way. That song is gorgeous. It is deeply sad. It is just as heartfelt as anything else on this album. And I feel like I'm like lost for words. This album's so good. This is like one of the most refreshing rock albums I've heard in a while. The song's like a low 9 for me, like a 9.2, 9.3. Amazing. Foo Fighters are breaking... Wait, really? Hold on a sec. My brother's singing to himself right now. I really hope my mic's not picking that up. I need to see this. Are Foo Fighters actually breaking up? Hold on, we got Twitter up. Looked up Foo Fighters. After Dave Grohl cheated on his wife and had a baby with another woman, the Foo Fighters have gone on an indefinite hiatus, just like Jack Black's Tenacious D. You have to love it when the virtue signaling leftists destroy themselves by... Huh? Oh, they're turning the Foo Fighters breaking up into politics. They're on an indefinite hiatus. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, based on the circumstances, it makes sense that they would do that. Next track, Space Boy. Yeah, turning the Foo Fighters breaking up into some right-wing politics is crazy. They wait until Dave apologizes. Wait, really? Damn. I like that we're getting a full acoustic song. Really nice change of pace. Well, not change of pace, nice change in tone. Some of these are like dream pop without any effects, yeah. Some space echo could have helped. The song's called Space Boy.
Space boy, they'll kill me before I'm dead and gone.
Loving the string arrangement on this. One of the biggest things that I love about Butch Vig, and I know I keep yapping about it, but it's the fact that he gets such good drum sounds. And the reason for that is because Butch Vig is a drummer, so he knows how to make drums sound great. And they sound perfect. They are so rich. They are so punchy. They are... the snare has so much crack to it. The cymbals, they ring out in the most beautiful way possible. The toms have just the right amount of resonant without sounding too loose. They actually like are audible in the mix. Like the drums sound flawless on this. Same with Nevermind as well. That's one of my favorite things about Butch Vig, is he gets perfect drum sounds. Yeah, I'd love that. Butch Vig was best for the Pumpkins, but Billy is too much to admit. I really like Rick Beato's interview that he did with Butch Vig. A retrospective look at it, yeah. In that interview that Rick Beato did with Butch Vig, he talks about Smashing Pumpkins a decent amount. I forget most of what he said about the experience of working on it. I remember he was talking about recording some of the drum sounds. But yeah, that interview is great. I like watching Rick Beato's videos where he talks about... I love the interviews where he talks to like musicians and producers and stuff. They're really interesting. The documentary you said about songs in the key of life, that was 20 years later? Damn. Super interesting transition there. You like the Nirvana one where he isolates certain tracks and stuff? Space Boy. One of the weaker songs on here, but still great, honestly. I think that having this song be like fully acoustic with just the acoustic guitar, the string arrangements, the very natural sounding drums, it's a very, very nice switch in tone for the album. I think that it's done in a way that is enough of a switch up to provide some variety, but also not too much to the point where it feels like it veers too far from the sound of the rest of the album. I love how just natural everything sounds on here in terms of recording. The strings in particular, the drums too, are just the right level to match with this acoustic sound while still sounding like they match with the more grungy stuff earlier on in the album as well. It's just a song that I feel like I wouldn't return to quite as much, and that brings it down like a tiny bit. It's still like a solid 8, like an 8.5, 8.6 for me. Just not one of my favorites up to this point. Up next we have Silverfuck. Foo Fighters and Jane's Addiction break up and Oasis comes back together. Talk about a downgrade, you know what I'm saying? It's not better than Cherub Rock. It's Silver Frick. My bad. I forgot I wasn't supposed to use such language. Oh my god. My PC froze again. Oh, that fill was amazing. Oh yeah, these drums are definitely overdubbed because you've got the quarter notes still going on the right cymbal while he's going down the toms. That's an overdub, I think. Oh my god. That sounds like a second Geek USA or Hana, yeah. I love that the bass is matching what the toms are doing, that's really cool. Adds like a whole nother layer of like depth to the rhythm section. Hold on, I'll be right back. It wasn't picking up my mic there for a sec. Alright, I got food. We continue. First Pumpkin song I thought sounds like The Cure / New Order. Also other early tracks like Not Worth Asking and Psychedelic. Also East. Ooh.
She was
Yeah, lots of these like background sounds are reminding me of a lot of some of the stuff that was in like the slower moments on Nevermind. Like it has a lot of very similar atmospherics. Yeah. Oh, we got taken down?